Some people chase productivity, some chase success. But what if the real secret isn't doing more, but thinking less? Not emptying your mind, but training it so deeply, so powerfully, that stillness itself becomes your superpower. Elon Musk once said he works insanely hard. But here's a secret nobody talks about. The harder he works, the more he needs absolute focus. Not just on tasks, but on nothing else. Today, we're going to learn how to create that kind of mind. Your mind is like a room. Most people live in cluttered apartments of thought, papers everywhere, music blaring, notifications pinging, doors constantly opening and slamming. And that's your normal. That's what you think life is supposed to feel like. But here's the truth. You don't have to live like that. You can train your mind to be still, not frozen, not numb, alive, sharp, and quietly terrifying in its calmness. Think of it as a mental ninja dojo. Most people confuse stillness with doing nothing. Wrong. Stillness is the ability to act with clarity, to think with precision, to respond rather than react. Imagine Kobe Bryant sitting in the gym at 4 a.m., alone with nothing but the ball. He wasn't just practicing shots, he was training his mind to be present, to quiet the chatter, to hear the whispers of improvement that only silence allows. And this is where it gets practical. You don't need a gym, a ball, or a private island. You just need a few minutes, a single notebook, or even a stick figure, drawing in the sand, to anchor your attention. Start by noticing one thought and then letting it pass. Not analyzing, not judging, just letting it float. Your mind will resist. That's normal. Resistance is the muscle growing. Marie Curie didn't become the first person to win 2 Nobel Prizes by multitasking. She focused deeply, on one problem at a time. Her mind was so still, so controlled, that distractions simply bounced off. She cultivated a mental space where creativity wasn't interrupted by chaos. It thrived because of its absence. Here's a practical exercise. Sit somewhere quiet, even if it's only 3 minutes. Close your eyes. Take a slow, deliberate breath. Now, pick one thought. Watch it like it's a cloud. Observe it rise, float, and dissipate. That's your training. Your brain is a puppy, and each time you practice, it learns to sit and stay. Now, don't misunderstand. Stillness doesn't mean serenity at all times. Life will throw chaos at you. Emails, social media, your neighbor's dog practicing opera. But when your mind is trained, these things no longer yank you around. You respond with calm, with clarity, with strategy. Here's another layer. Your attention is the currency of your mental stillness. Everything you watch, read, or listen to is a deposit or a withdrawal. Wise Joe Ebooks, for instance, aren't just pages. They're deposits in your mental bank. Each principle you read and apply strengthens your capacity to sit in silence without fear. Let's talk about a famous example that surprises many. Elon Musk. People see the rockets, the electric cars, the headlines. But do you know what fuels his progress? Focus so precise, even his mind has to bow. He isolates distractions, prioritizes ruthlessly, and structures his day in blocks of deep work. That's stillness in action. A mind so tuned, it scares the noise into submission. Here's an actionable tip. For 1 hour a day, eliminate all distractions. Phone off, social media closed, notifications gone. Work on a single problem. It can be your business, your writing, your personal project, even a stick figure comic you've been doodling. The goal isn't to finish. The goal is to feel what total focus feels like. Funny enough, the world often mistakes busyness for productivity. They confuse chaos with achievement. If your mind is scattered, you may look active, but results are weak. Stillness is the secret multiplier. It's like having a sniper rifle for your brain instead of a shotgun. One shot, precise, devastatingly effective. And here's the subtle international humor you might appreciate. The French have a word, flâner, which roughly means strolling without purpose, but fully aware of your surroundings. That's stillness. That's presence. Not laziness, not idleness. Pure, attentive awareness. Try it tomorrow. Walk down the street like you own the moment. Notice the wind, the sound of a car, someone's laugh across the street. Your mind sharpens without trying. Now let's dig deeper. Stillness is also the ability to handle inner conflict. Imagine two arguments fighting in your brain, your doubts and your desires. A still mind doesn't avoid them. It observes. It lets the storm pass. From that calm, decisions become clearer. Emotions don't disappear. but they lose power over your choices. Practical exercise number 2, the mental pause. When you feel stress rising, emails piling, someone upset with you, the world's chaos pressing in, pause for 3 seconds. Count them. 1, 2, 3. That's all. Notice your breath. Watch the thought like a passing cloud. Then respond. Those 3 seconds are tiny, but they are your dojo. Here's a story about Kobe that illustrates this beautifully. During one playoff game, he had every defender, every camera, every noise in the stadium focused on him. But in that moment, in the eye of the storm, he didn't flinch. He moved as if the world didn't exist. That's stillness cultivated through years of mental training. Every repetition, every shot in solitude created a mind unshakable in chaos. And it's not just for athletes or billionaires. Anyone can do this. Your mind, like a stick figure on paper, can be drawn into any shape you choose. Calm, focused, unstoppable. But only if you practice the lines, the curves, the shading, only if you show up consistently. Here's the third practical tip: journaling for mental clarity. Every night, write down the thoughts swirling in your head. Don't organize them, don't analyze. Just pour them onto paper, then read them back. Notice which thoughts repeat, which are noise, and which deserve your energy. Over time, your mind begins to sort itself naturally, like a quiet river flowing over stones. Stillness is also about resisting external noise. In our hyper-connected world, opinions, alerts, news flashes, they scream at your attention constantly. The ability to ignore, to choose, is revolutionary. You don't need to consume everything. You need to consume wisely. Wise Joe Ebooks. A single powerful article, a meaningful conversation, those are deposits. Everything else? Optional background noise. Let's talk about the dopamine trap. Social media, endless scrolling, binge watching. Your mind is addicted to chaos, but disguised as pleasure. When you train stillness, you take back your reward system. One calm hour becomes more rewarding than scrolling for 3. That's power. That's freedom. Practical tip number 4. Micro stillness moments. Before coffee, before bed, in the shower, even waiting at a bus stop. Notice your surroundings. Notice your breath. Let one thought pass without clinging to it. Tiny moments accumulate like compound interest. Soon, your mind is sharper, calmer, unstoppable. Another subtle international joke you might enjoy. Russians have a word, toska, which is a deep, vague sadness. But the Japanese have wabi-sabi, finding beauty in imperfection. A still mind can sit with both. It feels sadness without panic. It sees imperfection without frustration. Your mental clarity thrives in that balance. And here's the paradox. The more still your mind becomes, the more creative it gets. Ideas you didn't think you had appear. Solutions that felt impossible become obvious. That's not magic. It's the brain operating in quiet, free from noise. Albert Einstein said, "Creativity is intelligence having fun." But fun often hides in silence. Here's a 5th practical tip: structured daydreaming. Give your mind 10 minutes to wander deliberately. No phone, no music, no interruptions. Just sit and let thoughts move freely. This is not wasted time, it's training. You learn to notice patterns, generate insights, and keep the mind still while thinking creatively. Now, reflection moment. Think about one thing in your life causing unnecessary stress. Picture it like a stick figure tied to a balloon floating in the sky. Watch it drift. How does that feel? Comment one word that comes to mind when you imagine letting it go. That feeling? That's a taste of the still mind. Stillness also allows you to act with courage. When your thoughts stop screaming, when your mind isn't a storm, you notice opportunities. You see the path others miss. Elon Musk doesn't hesitate on risky ventures because his mind is trained to filter noise. You can cultivate that same ability. Here's a simple habit: morning silence. 5 minutes before your day begins. No phone, no news, no social media. Just sit, breathe, notice thoughts, let them drift. Do this daily. In weeks, you'll notice the difference. Decisions will be sharper. Emotions will be steadier. Chaos won't own you. And don't fear boredom. The still mind embraces it. In silence, in empty spaces, ideas are born. In chaos, they drown. Kobe Bryant spent hours practicing free throws alone. Elon Musk spends hours in quiet thinking. Marie Curie spent decades in controlled focus. What do they have in common? Stillness. That's your goal. Practical tip 6. A noise fast. Once a week, choose a block of time with no screens, no music, no interruptions. Just you, your thoughts, and the world. Start with 30 minutes. Build up. Your mind will rebel at first. That's good. That means it's learning. That means growth. Finally, remember this. A still mind isn't a reward for success. It's a tool for it. It doesn't happen overnight. It's daily, consistent, deliberate. Tiny exercises compound. Journaling, micro moments of stillness, silence, structured daydreaming, noise fasts. They all build your mental dojo. One day you'll notice something terrifying. Your own thoughts hesitate. They wait. They ask permission. Your mind, once chaotic, now moves with precision. Your decisions are clear. Your focus is unstoppable. And in that moment, you realize you're no longer a passenger. You are the driver. You are the master. You are quietly, terrifyingly calm. So start today. 5 minutes, 3 breaths, one thought at a time. Build a mind so still it scares your own thoughts. That's power. That's freedom. That's clarity. And that, my friend, is the life you've been looking for.